going on, guys? I want to make a quick video about Genesis mining versus buying your own machine, like your own GPU miner. Now I have both. I've invested, I think, around $220 towards Genesis, so it's not much. I've just got the Shaw 256. It's not a whole lot, but I've got 1.7 and change terahash, and I just want to talk about if buying the Genesis contract or your own GPU machine is more profitable towards getting cryptocurrency. Now both have their advantages. The GPU miner, the hardware has resale value. So say the market tanks and it becomes unprofitable, you can sell your graphics cards and your power supply to people who game on them, who will give you. You can probably, if I were to sell my hardware that I bought now, I could probably get half, maybe 2/3 of its value back. So there's that aspect. Whereas with Genesis, you buy it, and it's just a contract on the internet. It doesn't really hold any value. If it tanks, your contract gets canceled, and you're just screwed. So there's definitely that to watch out for. That's pretty important. And as far as actual money gaining goes, I find that your own rig is slightly more profitable because Genesis, Bitcoin calculators say that a terahash will get you, with the current difficulty in Bitcoin price, it'll get you around 70 cents a day. Now remember, Genesis takes about 40% of this, so half of that would be 35. Say they take we'll say 25 cents of that. So you'll get 45 cents approximately from Genesis each day. Now a terahash on Genesis costs you about $150 currently. And for that price, you can get yourself an RX 470, which for me personally, I mine Zcash, and they mine at about, with the current miners, 270 hashes per second. Plugging that towards a calculator, you'll get about just over $1 a day. It was like $1.05. Now that's excluding power costs and all that stuff. I pay for power about 10.5 cents a kilowatt hour. It depends. I've calculated it before. Sometimes I get 10.5. I get 11 sometimes. And my rig gets 950 hashes and pulls just over 600 watts. It's in my other video. It was like 615-ish. So that cost me about $50 a month, just under that, like $45 a month that I pay. So subtract that from, I have two 470s and then two slower cards, so I get from the rig, I get about $350 a day. So that's about $110 roughly a month. Subtract we'll say 40 in power, so that's 70 a month from my own personal rig. And to get that, to buy it with all brand new parts, because I had the processor and I had a power supply and I had two graphics cards. So if you didn't have any of that and went to just buy all of the stuff from pocket, you would be paying, it'd be over $1,000. It would be maybe $1,500 you could get if you got it like on sale and stuff. Possibly less. I mean, about $150 a card and about $80 for the motherboard. I've got two power supplies and the processor and the RAM and the hard drive and the cooler and all that stuff. So it would be about $1,000 to $1,500. Now that will get you more per dollar on Genesis will, but you also have to deal with the space it takes up, the heat it takes up, the noise it's going to make in your room. Especially for me, I'll be going to college pretty soon, and actually not in college yet, junior year. So I'll be going to college soon, and as far as putting the miner that's in my dorm, if I were to put that in a small little dorm room, my roommate might not be too happy with that, just because it's not real loud, but it's got 9 fans on it, and they all make noise and they spin, and the hard drive makes noise spinning, and pulls 600 watts, so it's like a small space heater in there, especially when it gets hot in the summers up here. That could be a problem. He might not be happy with that, and I could have to sell it. I hope I don't, and I hope it's still profitable then, but it might not be. Whereas with Genesis, you don't have to deal with it. You don't have to deal with, the heat output or the power or the noise. It's just somewhere in the world, and you can just forget about it. It doesn't matter to you. Oh, my back hurts. Stood up at work for 4 hours today. Jeez, gotta stretch that. Too young to have back problems. I'm only 16. I shouldn't be having back problems yet. But anyway, cut myself off mid-sentence. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Genesis, you don't have to deal with the electricity or the heat or the power or the noise or anything. It just mines for you and just sends money to your wallet, which is a beautiful thing. And then the other point is Genesis, upgrading it, it's a lot easier. Say you got $200 to invest in your rig. With your own rig, you've got to buy the card, have it shipped to you. You've got to install it, make sure that you got enough power supply for it, and that you got enough space on your rack to mount it, and all that stuff. With Genesis, go to the website, slide the little slider to 200, click buy. It's that simple. Genesis mining is almost too easy. I'm going to be in so much debt from that website. Going to be, oh yeah, I could put $3,000 on my credit card down on it when I ain't going to have that much money in college. They don't accept credit card currently. You can't pay with credit card, but I can use credit card on Coinbase to buy Bitcoin, which I can put towards Genesis. So this video's turned into like a rant. There's probably nobody watching anymore. But yeah, so Genesis versus your own rig. Both have their pros and cons. As I said, the GPU rig does make more per amount invested. Genesis is just easier, more convenient. It's easier to upgrade. So you have to think about which one's better for you. If you're going for straight profit and just you want to get as much for your dollar as possible, get your own rig. If you want to just casually mine and just get money sent to you every day, Genesis is just the way to go, man. Yeah, so that's about it. I should have a video up tomorrow, just chilling and talking about cryptocurrency. That's what I like to do. So yeah, that's it.